clear on my notifications.
Okay. So.
Hi!
Hello here. How's it going?
Oh.
Oh man. Wow. So, this is the first episode of our Insight Check stream, where we kind of just sit together and talk about what happened last episode and answer any kind of questions or stuff. So the first thing, and if you didn't see the episode, a lot of spoilers that are about to happen. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you to mute us for like a minute while I talk about what happened, and I will give you a thumbs up as soon as I'm done. You got 2 seconds left.
I was like, did you mute the room?
Okay.
What happened?
Alright. So, on Sunday, we had a pretty exciting adventure. They were fighting these centipede-like insect creatures, and it was looking pretty rough. I mean, Virian got knocked unconscious, so
he got eaten. So
knocked unconscious and then eaten.
Can we be specific?
Half
yes.
eaten.
Half eaten.
So both. And he was about to get GG'd, but Sumiko came and saved him. Then, right when they kind of thought that things were getting worse, these like warriors came and struck down the centipedes, and were kind of giving them a hard time. And through the use of a beautiful and clutch suggestion spell from Loot, the party managed to get away kind of unscathed, unharmed. And even though they followed, they were like, nope, we're getting on these eagles, we're going to summon these eagles, and we're going to fly away. And then, after some flying and some walking, they finally got to the peak of the Misty Mountains. Well, not the peak, the base. And they saw the door that led to what they thought was the monastery. There was a puzzle, but they got through it, and they met an elephant humanoid-like creature named Daksama. And after passing his test, they rested for the night, because they were definitely struggling.
Thank God.
Thank God. So they rested for the night, and then right after that, they kind of figured out some more things about Jian Qi, and eventually, it led to Tatiana meeting Jian Qi. Well, all of you, really. And that is basically where we left off at.
I missed the part where Sumiko and I kicked that one guy's ass.
Yeah.
I said you guys passed the test.
Same thing. Yeah.
Good.
Details.
Who wrote this intro? It was Doxana.
Yeah. It was like, test
It was like
test
they
pass.
were tested.
There's that.
Whatever.
Alright, so what'd you guys think of that session? Like, anyone have any thoughts or anything?
I was nervous at first.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
It was terrifying.
I
I thought I was gonna die.
Everybody thought we were gonna die.
I was just upset that the insects weren't as smart as I thought they were. I had a killer bug joke, and he just didn't get it.
You sure didn't.
Prepared the bug
Yeah,
joke.
it wasn't
Holy
the
shit,
only
wait. I told people that if they wanted to avoid spoilers, they had to wait until I put my thumb up, and then I forgot to. It's okay. You only missed like 10 seconds of us talking. They were basically saying that they were scared of dying and stuff.
Because let's go back to the episode before that, where we ended we went to this one scholar guy's house, or whatever, what was he? Like a
demonologist.
He was a demonologist, and
Ravon the Great.
we had just, watched our friend die and escaped death. Spoilers. But,
Spoiler!
So
you
hard
might
to
just
avoid.
get spoiled if you watch this. But anyway, and we wanted to rest there, but we accidentally lost his trust.
Accidentally. Don't look at me.
By trying to mind control him with love glasses. Yep.
It's the most pure magic.
Love. Just control all your friends, control your family, love magic.
Only it worked
No,
on the
well-
DM. Then our characters would just have like thousands of gold. And
Oh, jeez.
That's
Jordan.
pretty dark.
Jordan, you want to give us levels and more gold.
Jordan, you want to give me a magic item.
Magic
you mean I'm
item.
level 20
You
and
want to
everything
give me a
now?
cool badass monk
Oh
sword.
goodness.
You would know what to do with all that power.
I don't
I
even know what to
sure
do with my current power.
Seriously. Well, I know. You know, using spells on unintelligent creatures that can't understand what you're saying.
Yes. Yeah, I am still learning how to play a bard. It is challenging but fun. It's different. Not being up there and attacking every 5 seconds. Or 10 seconds, I mean.
Yeah, getting a new character is pretty tough, especially after you've like learned so much about your recent character. So, yeah.
Love magic and cooking skills. That's how Johnny Midnight tames his roommates.
Well,
So
Johnny
God
Midnight.
damn it.
I should have
Johnny
known.
Midnight, I think that your roommates are lucky to have you. Keep on doing your thing.
Keep doing your love magic.
Okay, so the first question that I have is for Ben.
Bum, bum, bum.
Hey,
Ben.
Varian.
Ben, this question was brought to us by one of our VIPs. Varian appears to be the observer of the group. How does he feel about everything that has been going on? How does he prepare to jump in, like moving forward?
How does Varian feel?
It's not a broad question. at
Although
all.
he is my second D&D character, he is very much after my own heart.
Aw.
He is me. So I can answer this very accurately in saying that he just sits back, he trusts his group, he wants to see them succeed on their own volition. And if they do badly, then he steps in. And he's like, let me help. Let me help you, you poor summer child. You're not saying the right thing or doing the right thing. I would like to help you.
He's not sitting back quietly judging all of us.
Oh, he does.
Okay, that's what.
But
that's
it's
what I
all
kinda
in love. It's all in love. Yeah. So, like I had some questions for Doxana, but we got to where we needed to be, and I didn't have to bring them up. And I was just like, cool. Let's
Wait, what
watch them fight.
kind of questions
Yeah, what
did you have
what
for
kind
him?
of question?
I was actually gonna ask him when he wasn't telling us where Jian Qi was, like he was being really shady.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna ask him where she's buried, so that our monks can go and pay their respects.
That's smart.
Oh,
So-
that would have been so good. I just kept asking
That's a
where
good
his
one.
friends were.
Yeah. So eventually it was like,
Very, very subtle.
it was finally Doxana
I
being
know
like,
they're
you know
here."
what? Let's go throw hands and then we'll see where that leads. And I was like, cool, they got where they needed to go.
Yeah.
So I
Instead
didn't
of
have
you
to
know
ask.
solving problems with reasoning and whatever, it's like, hey guys, you two are monks. Let's go throw some hands.
Yeah.
After pestering him.
Yeah.
He is a big observer, and sometimes he thinks too much. But like I said, it's just me playing.
For sure.
I think specifically, well, yeah, she said, how does everything? How do you feel about everything that has been going on? But I guess I want to know how you specifically feel about like this current mission that you guys are on.
How do I feel?
With the
How does Varian feel?
yeah, how does
yeah,
how does Varian feel,
I speak
feel
as
about
Varian,
it?
as
Yeah,
Varian.
you do.
Right, it's
You
all
do.
the same. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
He wants. He's not sure why we're going up this mountain. There's a lot of pressing things happening. To me, to Varian, since he doesn't know a lot about Tatiana's backstory, but he knows this has to do with it. He doesn't know why we're going up the mountain. He knows that there might be a special power or weapon in it for her, but he's not sure how much is going to help defeat a Baylor. And he's also not sure about the time allotment, because it usually takes our group a long time to do menial things, So
Distractions
we
are a
could-
big thing in this
Yeah,
game, guys.
once we get this whatever for Tatiana, we could have spent a year trying to do it, and then the Baylor's just free, and whoever's
he's just
Bonnie.
done his thing.
Yeah, and so we go back and we walk into the room and we're like, all right, we're ready to fight. And he's like, oh, hey, what's up? And then he just snaps us to level 3 of hell. Or something.
Yeah, it was like, yeah, well,
And we have
that
to
worked.
escape hell again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I've been sitting on the throne for a year now.
Yeah. So I guess to answer, Virion is supportive, but he's unsure. But it's just the observant thing where he's just, this isn't about Virion. This is about Tatiana, and other monks, maybe, but mostly about Tatiana.
Yeah.
So he just wants to see where it goes and help in any way he can.
Like I
I
said,
get that.
he's the nicest boy in the party.
The best boy.
The best boy.
So, because this kind of goes well into my another question, I'm gonna skip a couple of them, and I'm gonna go to you, Jennifer.
Yeah.
In Tatiana's brain, what's going through her head right now? She's like kind of being hunted and
Oh, yeah.
you know, just kind of attacked by this creature that has, you know, tormented you.
Yeah, so let's go back in time to Tatiana's time in the monastery. So this demon that we're up against right now, Bisno, the first time that we heard him talking to the queen, like, I remembered that voice from when he attacked my monastery. So we're up against basically Tatiana's worst fear right now. The person who killed the person who was most, or not the person, the demon that killed the person who was most important to her, which is her master at the monastery, and also the person that was the most powerful in her eyes. Like, she looked up to him, he was like her hero. And so the creature that could just completely destroy him in like a second is like the scariest thing that she can imagine. So she's terrified, which is part of why when basically we have this panda friend, if you've been watching the episodes, and he had a vision and thought maybe she should go to these monks in the mountains, she's like grasping onto anything that she thinks might help her actually defeat Bisno. Like, from the beginning, she's wanted nothing more than to kill him, but she's never thought that she's powerful enough. And that's kind of where she's at right now, is she is scared. She's upset because now she's seen him kill somebody else that she cares about. And so she's just trying to grab onto anything that she can.
So right now, this kind of trip to the Misty Mountains means a lot to Tatiana.
Yes, it does. Because she's hoping that there's just something there that's going to make her feel like she's not. She and all her friends are doomed. So, yeah.
Okay, then question for the rest of you. For everyone that's not Tatiana, kind of seeing maybe this shift in Tatiana's character, and where she's normally very like badass, I'm just gonna go and fight, I'm gonna, you know, we have to do this thing, and now seeing that kind of scared side of her, how is that different for your characters?
I think for my character, I'm still learning the group, so like, I don't know. So like, for me, I'm like, maybe this is normal.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have only been with the group for, 2 days? 3 days? 3 days?
Oh, only
That's fair.
Yes.
I mean, my character's
Couple
kind of
days.
in that same boat where, well, not in the same boat in the same way, but she's so oblivious to social norms. So, like, if you think about said person's death, she wouldn't know how to handle that.
Mm-hmm.
Or what to say, really. So, you know, she could probably pick up stuff from being around that, but she's only been around the same people for so long and probably didn't experience a lot of that. So everything is new.
Yeah.
And so she's not going to say the right thing or do the right thing necessarily all the time, not because she doesn't want to, but she doesn't know any better.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's been with the group longer, but not enough to know how they act, as well as what is right or wrong.
Yeah.
So it's just-
Do you think that there's like a level of unknown to Sumiko, where she is she ignorant to a lot of these things? Like,
Oh, yeah.
do you think she understands the level of danger?
I wouldn't say she's like completely oblivious to danger, but at the same time she's on a journey of self-discovery and putting herself out there and trying to be helpful, and so she doesn't know the best way to help.
So, can I jump off of that and ask a question? Is that kosher? Okay.
Yeah.
So, I want to know what's going through Sumiko's mind when she uses the glasses. So, we found these glasses in the Queen's Castle. They're shaped like hearts. And if Sumiko looks at somebody wearing the glasses, they fall in love with her for a few minutes, and she can basically get them to do whatever she wants. And so, I found it like a little creepy how quick she is to whip those things out. Because she's like the sweetest character, and she's like, have a flower. Like, I wear a flower crown.
Chaotic evil.
I'm so, yes, exactly. And then she's just like, I want you to do something. But like, I really don't think it's malicious on her part. No. So I just, what is going through her mind? Like, how does she view the glasses and all of that?
I think because my character is so like highly perceptive, and then realizing that the glasses aren't just like you're looking at yourself and it's causing that effect, that she's not doing it maliciously like you said, but it's more of she's like, you know how she is with Dane without the glasses.
Yes. Okay, but I actually ship Sumiko and Dane for the record. Anyway,
Dane.
go on.
Okay, never mind. Sorry. We'll talk about Dane later.
In Sumiko's mind, it is not in a more than friends attempt. It is literally just, this is like the best way to make a new friend right now. Like, this is the best way to get them to like me.
Right, yeah.
And overall, that's helping the group. Because she would want to do what would help everyone, and if this person's not cooperating, the act is technically harmless.
Right.
It doesn't hurt anybody.
She's not thinking about like the deep ethics. She's like, the immediate result of this is friends help everyone happy. Like
it's temporary. Well,
yeah.
That's like her sense of morals is not in the same place as someone else, which is the same thing with like the Lake of Bodies and.
Yes.
This is not in one of the episodes you go back to. When
she went swimming in a lake of corpses. Just...
Like backstroke.
Yeah.
Which is why she wouldn't know how to handle the dead, and it's not out of like her being a jerk, but obviously the more she uses the glasses, she knows what they're doing, but again, it's never like. In a bad way. It's like the same thing, she tries to get signatures or befriend anyone, because you never know how that's going to help everyone down the road too.
Right.
On that long game.
Yeah.
Eventually Sumiko's just going to have like 100 boyfriends.
She's going to be like, what?
Slowly
Love
but
is
surely.
good.
Slowly but surely.
Love is the best magic.
The ring, the heart glasses will affect everyone.
Well, when I think about Sumiko as a character, like, I don't think she would have even had, like, a relationship with somebody.
Right.
Or, like,
she's
any
been
of that.
completely sheltered.
Like, she's pretty much, like, I don't know, a teenage girl, but not a teenage girl. Because she's much, much older, but when you go from being, like, a very small child to immediately just being a monk and learning all of that, I don't think you experience the same stuff in her little world.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of a thing that happens to a lot of monks. Like you have like a certain lifestyle in that monastery, and I mean, unless your monastery teaches you different things, you're not gonna know about them until you go out there and visit the real world and stuff.
Well, and you had a sheltered childhood too, so I had a little bit of that when I first started the campaign. Like before we were streaming, Tatiana was a lot more reserved.
Mm-hmm.
Also because I had role-playing fright and I was really uncomfortable.
I was gonna talk on that as Virian.
Yeah.
Going back,
I was gonna get to you.
like 3 questions.
Yeah.
Virian has been with Tatiana the longest,
Yeah.
aside from Ricefin.
Ricefin's gone.
He knows that she's a badass,
Right.
but he's also seen her almost defeated by a burning bush.
Fair.
I think both of these
Fair.
deserve stories. So
I don't even completely remember how the bush was on fire or
It
why.
was Ricefin.
it was
Right,
Ricefin lit it on
Ricefin was
fire.
I'm nervous. I have burning hands. The bush is on fire.
Yeah.
And then
Tatiana was
so
like, I'm gonna put it out.
this was our first game. This was my first D&D game. My first character. The first thing that I tried to do in D&D was stomp out the fire that he started, and
this, yeah.
I rolled a nat 1.
And this is where the DM told us we can't do whatever we want.
Yeah.
The DM was like, it's your world, but it's also my world.
You can't stamp out a
Yeah.
fire.
It's our world. I don't even think you did you take damage?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
she
caught on
almost died.
fire.
She took, like,
and
a
almost
lot of
died.
damage.
She almost died.
I was level 1.
I don't think.
It was the first thing I tried to do.
I don't think I did.
We're lucky I came back,
picture
Amanda.
that. I wasn't there, but I picture it.
You take. Yep.
Every session, we're like, okay, Jordan, don't kill us, and then we get real close.
Oh!
But you're still alive though.
For the moment.
But did you
That's
die?
why we all have backup characters.
Some of us are still alive.
In fairness, when I started the stream, or not the stream, when I started the campaign, I was like, hey guys, this is gonna be pretty dangerous, and like, it might make sense for you to have a backup character, just in case, because like, I'm gonna play it how the enemies play it. You know, I'm not gonna like take it easy on you. If you have a specific enemy and they're really messed up, they're gonna do whatever they can to kill you.
Okay, I don't have a backup character, for the record, because I don't like to think that way. I like to go in expecting to live.
Fair. And also, Ricefin was this guy's last character, and he actually switched, I think, like a session or two before we started the stream. So you might hear that name pop up often. It is
Yeah,
his
he's up there.
character.
Well, he's in both of these.
In there.
Yep.
He's up there somewhere. In one of these pictures that we got.
Yeah.
That's like.
But yeah, so
halfway
like,
cut off.
Thank you, Cassie.
for me, like coming into this campaign, it was my first D&D campaign, and like I had no idea what to do. So this is the main reason I ended up switching over to Loot now, because Ricefin was like a character that wasn't bad, but it was I wasn't a character I made myself. It was a character that was made. I was kind of like, I don't know what I'm doing. Tell me what to play. They're like, Claire. A Claire could be good. Cool. I'll do a Claire. What's good for a Claire?
We're like, we need
Perfect.
a healer.
Yeah.
Gotta be a hermit.
We
So-
have 1.5 healers.
Yeah, so I crafted around that, which, like, don't get me wrong, like, Ricefin was a great character, but it was never me. Loot is, a lot of people who know me as actually a real-life bard. I will break into song
Yes.
randomly
Oh my
in
God.
real life.
I wish we had filmed the corn maze we went to this fall, because literally
Oh my
Riley was like singing inspirational tunes for us.
Going around the corn, we're finding the way. It's like, and it never
We're like,
rhymes.
okay, Lou. Like,
That's the most sophisticated.
It's so loud too that in the parking lot, Riley had already left 3 stop signs down that I could still hear the singing.
Yeah,
Like far, far away.
Like-
Like belting it.
I will sing in my car on my way to work, not real songs. Like, normal people will like,
No.
listen to music. No, I just make it up as I go. That's why it
You should
almost
give
never
them
rhymes.
an example.
I don't know. I don't know if we're ready for that.
too nervous on the
I
spot.
can do it on the spot.
How about-
He doesn't have an arm
I mean-
flute that he can just pull out.
Instead, we can wait for that beautiful moment that he pulls it out on stream.
Yeah,
Yes.
see, I'm waiting for that perfect moment. I almost.
What about when we get to like 100 subscribers? We'll put up
There we
like
go.
a whole
Oh,
long thing
we
of
just
them.
made a promise.
Uh-oh.
Christmas album.
Once we hit 100 subs,
Christmas.
Loot is gonna come out with some kind of single. Like,
Yes.
we'll drop it for you.
Some kind of album.
We'll make
Maybe
everything
I'll
sing.
actually put effort into writing it beforehand. Rather than
Oh.
Down it.
Oh,
Down
yeah.
it.
No.
That's not
That
how
would that,
it
that
goes.
would probably ruin it.
every single one of my songs I've ever done, I just figure it out as I go.
Yeah.
Hey guys, this is like just around the house too. Like,
Yeah.
I'm making a sandwich. It's very good. And,
We
there's
have-
no what to say next.
We
It's
have
like,
another real life
Yeah.
bard.
It's full of thunder.
Untethered Studios is also a real life bard, but she sings songs she actually knows.
Ah.
See, there are two types of people who sing around the house all the time.
You see,
There's the belting, the Beyonce song that pops into your head brand, and then there's the making shit up. You're actually making shit up as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just not a song. It's like a rap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
what?
It's like a free-form poem.
What are you talking about?
I don't know. D&D.
Oh man.
But like I don't.
Oh
okay.
man.
But like I won't just do it
It's a
with
spoken opera.
like so most of y'all might not know, but I also do it with words. I don't just do it with songs. Like if people will get on to me about it because like if I get into a mood, I can speak for a good 30 minutes straight about absolutely nothing.
I believe that.
And if you stop listening and then you listen in again, you're like, it sounds really deep.
What are you saying?
But what the hell?
Are you doing that right now?
That's not real.
Always. I'm just always stuck in a
That
constant.
actually
I
makes
just
sense,
tuned back
do
out.
you?
There's a pause and play button. I just
actually
keep going.
stopped listening. But it sounds like you were saying something.
Yeah, those are words. That's cognitive.
I feel like if you're not singing, then we know something's wrong.
Like, man,
Oh no, what
Riley's
happened to Riley?
going through some stuff right now. He's not singing. Or if it rhymes, you're putting too much thought into this.
Way
man.
too much thought. Yeah.
Something's going on.
Because usually, like, what I'll do is, especially if I'm driving, I will pick road signs, like random stuff I see, and those get worked into it. Because, like, sometimes I'll forget and I don't feel like it, so I'll be like, drive, storm, stop, and I'll mix it into the song.
P,
So,
Tier, Griffin.
the point being, we have a real Virion, we have a real Loot. We don't have a real Sumiko.
No. Sumiko is the total opposite. I mean, I feel like Sumiko is so much more out there and would just like willy-nilly go up into a group and be like passing out flowers or be sticking her nose
And
where
she has.
shouldn't
Like,
be.
her obliviousness becomes fearlessness. Because it's like she doesn't know that she should be afraid. So,
It's like with like gambling or drinking or like I really don't know why Sumiko wants to go to the pit so bad, but it's just become a thing that I just can't give up the pit now. And like I feel like the only person in the group right now that Sumiko is becoming close to is Val, and I think it's just because he is so like straightforward, but she just doesn't pick up on it. Like, she truly believes he's gonna take her to the pit, or like truly believes that like he's not lying to her. But also like because she's so perceptive, sometimes she knows that he is, but just doesn't care.
yeah.
But
That's such a funny relationship. I wish Jeff was here.
It's a very
so we could talk
interesting
about...
dynamic between Sumiko
Well, like,
and Val.
he picked you.
I know,
Val
I have
picked
all these
Sumiko
secrets.
to go, like, help him kill someone, a random person.
he's given me secrets, and yet I like it's really hard for my character to keep a secret. So it's like it's gonna slip out, but like she is aware enough to catch it, where she's not blatantly like, we went to so and so's house and this happened. But deep down, she totally wants to tell the whole world, because she still thinks what she told him after going to the house.
We almost got it too. Like,
Oh, she's still... yeah.
Yeah, no, she fully doesn't understand marriage or any of that. Like, she fully believes.
we almost got that they went to like kill somebody, and that Val has family now. I don't know why I'm doing that. Family. Like, I don't know. We almost got it because real life Jeff forgot the lie that he had told us. So then
Right.
one of us was like, oh, we should just go to the fighting ring that you guys went to ask for information.
Yeah.
And he was like,
what
fighting ring?
I tried to help him because
what
like
the
it's
hell
in
is
my
going on?
character's best interest to like
Yeah.
keep those secrets because.
But the way that you were saying things made Tatiana think that he had actually taken you to an adult establishment.
Yeah.
So that
What
was,
do you think?
that was
after
where
that?
that was where we got like off track. Was something that you said just sounded like an innuendo, and I was like, oh my god, Val took her to a whorehouse. Like, what is going on?
Okay, so I'm gonna go back to you
Oh, okay.
because I feel like I didn't get all of your answer. We went off on a tangent about the burning bush and Ricefin. The question that I want to know is like how Virion is seeing Tatiana in this change that's happened in this part of the story.
Virion, although very wise, is not aware that Tatiana is so frightened of what's happening. Ever since they've set out in the same group together, he's seen her grow and become very confident and like a leader of the group. Because he doesn't see himself as a leader for sure. So he doesn't expect her to be afraid of anything.
Interesting.
He's just like, oh, she's gonna go do this and she'll succeed because she can attack 20 times in 6 seconds. If she can't talk her way out of it, then she'll fight her way out of it.
That's actually very similar to how Lute sees it, because in all the stories, like, everyone in the party is always, just how most stories are about adventuring parties. They're, the truth is, being a little embellished. There you go, that's the word I'm looking for. A little embellished to make it seem a little better. It makes the story. So, like, seeing her in, like, a weakened state is kind of like, it's like the veil has been lifted. But, like, I don't see it as weird because I've seen parties and I've seen stories, so I'm like, okay, maybe that's how she always is. So it is going to be weird to see her after the point. Because right now, Lute's like, okay, maybe that's just how Tatiana is.
And honestly, with Emrys telling that story to you about, like, what they've done, he is kind of biased to start. So he's automatically like, they helped me get out of this prison, and I love them and stuff. So any stories that he's telling, like the ones that he told to you about them, is automatically just bigger than life.
Yeah.
Well, and she was very fearless in that situation. I think anytime Tatiana feels like she has like a moral cause that she's fighting for, she's like, she could, she'll put herself in any situation. I think she's like right now in the story coming up against the one thing that she has absolutely no confidence that she can beat.
So Sumiko.
Oh man.
Another question I have for you, to follow up on the previous thing that we were talking about, is when Val kind of said for you to come with him and do this thing, how do you think you would have, like, approached that?
Like if I actually had to kill someone?
Had it actually been a legitimate thing? Like, this person opens the door, and...
I don't think... Sumiko would not have attacked right away. Like, even if Val had said we're gonna go kill this person, like, she didn't fully understand what was going on, and was kind of like, okay, and was just gonna go along, because for one, she doesn't want anyone in the party to die.
Of course.
Like, so she'll go to help out in any way she can, but not necessarily to actually do what he wants to do.
Sure.
And so if he did attack first, then she would have waited to see if the other person just blatantly was gonna try to kill us, or if they were gonna be like, hold on, like, wait, let's talk about this, like, mercy or whatever, instead of just, I'm gonna shoot that guy in the head with an orb. Because it would be weird to take me to do that to begin with. Because my character is not this, like, evil, like, I'm just gonna go kill everyone. Like, my character can step back and like look at the situation before having to act. Like she doesn't necessarily need to go running into it. Like I can, because as a monk I can do an unarmed strike against somebody, but it's not like her chosen choice to handle the situation. So I don't think she would have. I don't think she would have tried to kill the person unless
she was more there to watch his back.
Yeah. And with the current situation of like someone dying and then all of this, like at that very moment, Sumiko is like doesn't know what to do. Like technically Sumiko wants to just help a bunch of people, and she could just leave at any point and just be like, I'm just gonna help every person who literally just comes in front of me. But I think with being with a group, she's not completely on her own, because she's never been completely on her own, only for a very short time. So I don't know, she would probably be lost. Like she wouldn't know where to go, or maybe feel overwhelmed that there is so many people to help, but when you're kind of with a group and there's like a goal, it's a little easier to have like a path to go down while you're trying to figure yourself out.
I'm gonna come back to that.
Yeah.
Man, I wish Jeff was here.
Yeah.
I know. Because all of these things. Jeff, why? Chat.
We have to call him and be like, get on the
Jeff.
chat.
Yeah.
Get mad at Jeff, chat, because he couldn't make it.
Yeah,
tonight.
angry reacts
only
for Jeff.
F dice only.
Let's
Let's get some Fs for Jeff.
In his honor. Yeah.
Get 2 Fs for Jeff.
And if you don't have the email, just spam the F button. I don't know if that's a thing, but or maybe not.
Until it like auto blocks you or something.
Yeah, maybe not. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Okay. So my next question actually, it's really for everyone, and we're gonna talk about the mind flayer in the room. Seeing a party member die. How has that affected each of your characters? What was going through your head in the moment, and like how does that reflect what's happening now? Like, what's going on? And we can start with anyone.
I'll start only because I've already brought up a little bit. Even though Sumiko has seen plenty of dead things by now, it almost feels like just a thing that we do when we move on. And so this is the first time like someone close to her has, kind of close to her has died. I wouldn't say Sumiko and Xena had a very close relationship. Like I feel like we probably would have had a closer one because Xena was starting to get more interested in what Sumiko was doing and who she was talking to, and was kind of looking out for her. Whereas Sumiko was kind of like, why are you following me? Like, I'm just talking to this person. This is totally a normal thing that people do. And so even when she like tries to plant a flower for her and say a little prayer, like she doesn't fully understand that like she's doing this because she's like gone. But it's just probably from being around, and I think someone suggested she leave flowers on a body at one point, so she started doing that but doesn't fully understand the meaning behind that. So I would say she's not unaffected by the death, but doesn't fully realize what that means right now.
I'm interested to see like how that will change in time, like as the campaign goes on and that kind of sinks in and other things happen that are similar. Varian?
Was this about any death or a specific death?
This was specifically the mind flayer in the room, like Xena's death.
Okay. Varian has been very annoyed with Xena since they joined the group. Well, since they met, for every thought that he had, there was a lack of thought on her part. So it was kind of like, I guess, a balance, to be sure. But he feels an immense sense of failure and not being able to save her, even though it was from something much more powerful than himself. And he did not realize how much he cared about her until she was gone, for sure. I almost actually teared up a little bit, like when Sumiko was giving her respects. I was just like, fuck, dude. Like,
Yeah.
like Virion was very, very annoyed all the time with Xena on, shooting me, shooting him, and getting us into trouble. But then she died, and it's just like, fuck. I wish she were still here to shoot me again. So, yeah, so.
That was her early now one.
Yeah.
No, that was several times. That was like
That was
at
multiple.
least 4 times she shot me.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see that.
And I think like as the campaign has gone along, she's had less of those moments and more of like trying to work with the team and trying to do things, and
To an extent.
She relapsed a lot.
she did.
But there was sometimes
you
I was
saw
like,
her
wow,
trying
she
and
didn't,
learning,
she
yeah.
didn't shoot that person before she talked to them.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
For Loot, it was hard and interesting at the same time. So one, Loot was there, I was not, so I had to rewatch it to figure out what happened.
Oh, okay.
But so for Loot, he saw Xena as someone that he was like, I'm gonna really bond with this person, because when he first joined the party, there was a lot of distrust going on, and that same distrust that was focused on what he felt himself was focused on her. So he was like, cool, I can probably relate to this person and like grow a relationship with this person, because without doing like that's the first episode, so yeah. So basically for Luke, because like he joined the party getting basically almost killed, punched unconscious by supposed friends at the same time as like someone else doing the same thing. So for him, he saw her as someone that he was like, oh, okay, I can relate to. But at the same time, Luke's experienced, like he's been around some death, but not much. Most of it's just been like no one that he's ever been close to or knew like very personally. So this is the first time for him that it's someone that he, granted it's only been like 2 or 3 days that he spent with her, but it still was someone that he had been looking forward to meeting, looking forward to growing a relationship with. So for him, I also keep saying him. Luke is unisex, so I need to fix that. I need to stop saying that. For it.
Ooh. Do they identify as
neither.
they?
They just
They, them
they don't
pronouns?
care. They don't care.
They
They
are
don't
Luke.
care. Okay.
They are.
They are Luke.
They are Luke.
Yeah.
I somehow need to figure out how to just call Loot her all the time now.
Yeah.
I mean, Luke.
Just each of us just choose
Like,
a different
Luke
pronoun.
really
You'll
won't
get a
care.
flower crown from me, and
Yeah.
I'm just gonna use the Z pronouns.
Or
Okay.
X. Or X. It's funny that Luke felt that way, specifically because he didn't get beat up by Xena, but she was the first one to punch him in the face.
And she was also like, don't trust him, don't tell him anything.
Don't
She
give
didn't
him
want
no
you to
Stone
have
him
a
a stone.
Yeah, she was very untrustworthy, but that's like because he came in and it like seemed like there was just a lack of communication, and people like it felt like the group was together but not together at the same time, but like that's like he walked in and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, cool, we went off and got an orc on a gurney, and then all of a sudden we're beating the shit out of one of our party members, and now I'm getting this shit beat out of me now. Like,
we
I
had
don't
a
know.
bunch of people in the
Like,
party that day.
we had conspired
There was
for a
so much
while.
punching.
And the poor orc on a gurney is just back there watching it all, and I'm just like,
He now has a name, by the way.
We're gonna keep the orc. Take him. Why don't we take him to the doctor? No, we're gonna just keep him.
yeah, no, Luke was super confused because he was like, there's like medical facilities,
facility.
like what the.
Where are you taking him?
By the
Do
way,
you guys know like a super medic or something?
as Virion's handler, I can't tell you how much it warms my heart that when people were mind controlled, they were beat up to unconsciousness, and then when Virion was mind controlled, he was tackled. I was
It's like, you can't kill the healer, kill the support, dude.
That was the other thing too about that. Like I was like,
you were already out by then.
you could have grappled me or threw me to the ground, but no, punch the guy in the face. It's fine.
Very good at punching, okay?
He's made of stone.
It's my strength.
In Sumiko's defense, you're like 3 feet tall, and he is taller than I am, so...
I'm pretty sure it's a lot easier to tackle something small, though. You just, like, push me over, and be like, oh, dang it, they got me again.
Sumiko is
just keep
super weak.
Yeah.
They're super weak, so the fact that she was super weak and got, like, I don't know, it was either 1 nat 20 or 2 nat 20s. I don't remember which one of us had it, but there was 3 nat 20s between us.
You guys just really hated me. And then when I tried to hit you guys, I was like, I don't want to. I rolled a nat 1. Because I was like, no, I love you guys.
I can't do it.
Resist my heroes. Tatiana.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Answer that
about Xena.
Yes. The mind flayer in the room.
So Tatiana has not stopped running since we ran out of that cave. So like mentally, emotionally, like she's just trying to keep moving. So I think that's why she hasn't like allowed herself to really process the fact that it happened again. So she's just, yeah.
So I'm curious for, similar to Sumiko, curious what that grieving and mourning process looks like.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, her first thing was like, gotta get my mom out of here. Like, just this thought that like everybody's gonna die. Like, she's just like, everybody's gonna die. We gotta get out of here. And like, she hasn't gotten out of that mindset. She hasn't really had a chance to. Because we just got to rest, finally. So, since that fight.
He got some sleep. Okay, so I'm actually gonna go back to you because I want to know. Having played Ricefin for so long, like we played before we started streaming, we were playing our campaign just here for like a year and like 6 months, 7 months before we decided to stream it. So all that time you've been playing Ricefin. Mm-hmm. How do you think Ricefin would react
when he hears the news?
Yeah, to hearing that news about Xena, especially being that he was a cleric. Mm-hmm. Having all these kind of abilities and things.
Oh no, Ryson will be 100% distraught, and it will destroy him. Because knowing that he, the main healer of the group, left the group, and knowing that 2 days later, one of the group party members died, because he already feels horrible for what happened, or did feel horrible for what happened to Virion. Because and that was weighed extremely heavily on his soul. And when he went on his 4-year journey, that was one of the main taking points away. Is he realized that going forward, I will do my best to save everyone I can. That's another reason why he went off to the orphanage, is because he knew them in his childhood, and seeing all those memories again were really brought back to life through that spiritual walk. But yeah, so when he finds out, it will destroy him, because it will be interesting to see what would happen, because Ricefin did
destroy him, you say?
Yeah, because Ricefin is so he's from the light domain. He very specifically is from the light domain because he was shrouded in a lot of darkness at one point, and that's what brought him out from the light. So this could very easily tip him back over into the darkness.
Well, I guess we'll see, since he's mine now.
Yeah.
He is owned by me. So that actually leads to one of the next questions that one of our VIPs asked. How does it feel knowing that I have the ability to kill, that I've done it?
Oh, it's so scary. I've had a couple of different fights that we've gone into, and I've been like terrified, because I'm very attached to Tatiana. I'm super attached to my character at this point. I've been playing her for a long time. I like really get her now, and like I remember after, I don't remember which fight it was, that we all thought we were gonna die and everybody was like preparing backup characters and stuff.
I think that was for
Grimrock?
Grimrock, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, and you know, we all got out of it alive, but I remember you being, and I was like in a really good mood after, and you were like, would you be being so nice to me right now if you had died? And I'm like, no, I probably wouldn't like talk to you for a couple of days, and like, it's like nothing against you, like, but I think I'll take it really, really hard if that ever happens, but it could happen, because Tatiana, like, if she could have put her body in front of Xena's in that situation and died instead, she would have. Like, she can't stand to lose people and to watch them die in front of her, and so, like, she will be the one to put herself in danger if she thinks that it's gonna save somebody else.
Definitely pre-stream stuff, but yeah, that Grimrock fight would have been so much worse if he had actually, like, if he was able to, like, complete that ritual and, like, turn into a full-fledged dragon, because then you would have been fighting a dragon.
We were gonna have to fight a dragon?
Yeah, he was
a dragon.
I thought that was gonna be
he was a dragon.
future party's problem. I didn't realize that was like potentially the end of the fight.
Yeah,
So,
I thought he was gonna deuce out and be like, I'm a dragon now, thanks guys.
yeah.
But
It honestly depends, you know. If like he had the idea of, I just want to complete this ritual and then I'm gonna peace.
Mm-hmm.
But if you guys were going to like continue to try and fight him and try and kill him,
So this is why I say that Varian is actually the best, like, goodest character in the party. Because, like, him turning into a dragon, you can probably explain it, was dependent on Varian.
a number of factors.
But mainly, in the end, it was dependent on Varian hating him. So this villain that we fought before did everything that he could to get Varian to hate him, but in the end, he never did, because he's like that good-hearted. Like, if that was the test with Bisno, like, we'd all be dead. You know what I mean? Like, if that was the key to beating Bisno, like,
And it
like
was just that
Tatiana
you
hates
felt
him
sorry
with
for him.
everything.
It was
in
that.
her.
It was Varian
This is actually interesting.
having like 5 plans, and all of them being under his control. So Varian knew that he could bring back his sister with a body part.
Yeah.
So he wasn't gonna hate. He wasn't gonna hate Grimrock for killing his sister, because he didn't do it. He didn't do it enough for Varian not to be able to bring her back. If he would have disintegrated her, like fucking
That would have been the thing to
Bisno,
get him.
then I would have been like, yo.
Wait.
I hate you, bitch.
Wait.
Yeah, because that would have been out of his control.
Yeah.
And it would have been someone else he couldn't have helped. He feels severe abandonment from his father, his real parents, and his brother. So for someone to just take away something that he thought he had control over, he probably would have lost it. And probably would have lost the fight too, because I was tapped at that point.
Well,
But
I'll be
he didn't
completely
lose
honest. Like that, it was gonna be tough. Like, I think if he was able to like fulfill that and transform, like, sure, he was gonna try and run, but if you guys tried to kill him, he was gonna stay and fight until he thought that, you know, I'm gonna go now because I'm not winning.
Yeah.
But it could have ended in, you know, especially since Xena was being mind controlled at the time, so it was basically a 5v1.
yeah.
And the environment wasn't helping at all. Yeah. Anyways.
It was rough. So basically,
Pre-stream stuff.
It's terrifying when we know that we could die.
Ironically, that battle, I was not worried about dying. Like, in fact, I wasn't even worried about keeping my character. Like, I got really excited about this other character I made, and then, like, after that battle, I was like, man, I don't even think I got hit. If I did, it was only, like, 4 points of damage. Like, my character was just... Like, I was in the fight, too, because, like, I went down there and I was able to get away, but my character was never, like, in danger. And it hasn't become until recently that she started to actually take hits, because normally she's able to just stand back and do her thing, but now I also didn't fully understand how to like play my character when I first started, and now I'm like super attached. And I'm like, I don't want to play my new character yet, because now I don't feel like I'm just someone who just throws orbs.
You also,
like, there's a lot more into my character now.
You also want to see your character, like,
grow.
Become, like, their final form.
And that's changing
that's
too
the
now.
thing. You put all this time into somebody,
This
and
isn't
you're
even my
like,
final form.
No, and
like,
my idea
I can't
for
wait
changed
until I can snap
into,
my
like,
fingers and cause somebody
planting the
to
seeds now.
die. Yeah.
Planting the seeds for Sumiko, because I have more planned for her now.
Yeah.
Than what's going on.
Yeah. Don't kill us, please.
Yeah. If you kill me, I'm not gonna be able to build the Sumiko that I'm picturing right now.
I'm not gonna kill anyone, but if
Also, if you
if
kill
you
me,
get into
we
a
can't have
situation-
Valmiko.
Oh, you're right. You're saved. We must have Valmiko.
No, as long as it's all consenting adults.
Yes.
Kids, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. I think we are getting towards the end here, but I mean, I still have some more questions.
Okay.
And maybe.
And then we're going to turn it over to the chat.
Yeah, we'll.
So think about what you want to ask us.
Yeah.
Thank you, yes, hey, hi, hello, and everybody else who said nice stuff in the chat.
Yes,
so
hey,
far.
hi, hello. How's it going?
We are, yeah, we're going to
Yes, hey,
finish
hi,
our
hello.
questions and then open
Okay.
it up to y'all.
So.
Aww, someone said this is the best.
I
TV
know!
show.
That's so nice!
Thanks.
That's so exciting.
Yours
This
is
is
the
our
best
first
comment
recap.
we've ever seen.
Yeah.
Alright.
But yeah, if you guys do want to ask questions now, we do have the chat up, so we can go back to them. So feel free to ask them now.
We're looking at it.
That's why we're looking down randomly.
Yeah,
You know,
we're
I'm not really interested in my
we
feed.
definitely haven't, like, mastered how to not, like, stare at the phone and back at the... Anyway.
We are very interested in what you guys are saying.
Maybe next time we'll have we'll actually use a big TV right here
God.
with the chat. Next time.
There's this TV.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
there's literally a TV in the room right now!
Next time.
Whew.
You
It's
guys
a
can't see
big
this,
TV
but it's
too.
like a 55-inch TV that's right over there that we could be
And we're,
using for
and
chat.
we're all like
And
this.
we're all like,
So anyway...
Yeah.
Alright.
It's basically a big teleprompter that we aren't using. And instead
So-
we are using a small, 13-inch laptop.
So let's
screen.
on
wrap
top
up
of
your
a TV
questions
tray.
first, and then we'll get to the questions.
okay.
Lessons learned.
The last question I'm going to ask out of the ones that I have here is, where do you guys think that the story is headed? Like, what are your predictions? What are your thoughts based on what you've seen so far? And kind of like, I'd say you're starting to hit like a climax, I guess. Like you're going to the Misty Mountains to get this power. It's like, okay, we have to go and get the power. Then we get the power. Then what's gonna happen?
As a character or as a player? Or both?
Let's go as a player.
Okay.
Yeah, because you guys have been talking a lot about yourselves as characters, and I think it'd be interesting to also know a bit about you as a person.
What do I think is
It's
gonna
a
happen?
heavy
As
question.
a player, I have no idea. Because, for me in the group, I have been in the campaign the least amount of time. I barely know anything pre-stream. So a lot of the stuff that gets brung up, Sumiko's in the same boat as Luke. Like, who are you talking about? What happened? You killed who? You whatever.
Died one time?
A snapping dog? What?
And right now, for me, it's like, okay, we've hit like a big point with Furion's character. We did a big thing with Ricefin, but now it's transitioned to Lou, and now it's Tatiana. We've already hit Val. So like, I'm like, am I next? Or like, what is going on? Is it just we're gonna kill this thing and then we're just like, cool, we can just chill now until something comes along? I have no idea, like where the story's going.
So
after.
you have no idea.
I have no
Yeah,
idea.
so-
I also like that you're playing a new character and that you're newish to the campaign, because those questions and stuff that you guys ask, it lets them
Yeah.
kind of get in on the info and not be so lost. Like, Wait, what do you mean? What is it? There's a dog that was snapping at you, and then gives everyone else the chance to just explain.
Yeah, I tried really hard when they were talking about Mikhaila. Is that his name?
Mikhaila, yeah.
I don't know how many times I tried to figure out who that was, and I still don't know who that is.
We were 100% sure who that was in the last stream. All I know is I imagined Mikhaila being like super hot. That's pretty much.
Mikaila's pretty hot.
I only remember every major villain getting really mad at me when we actually fight and trying to kill me.
Yeah.
Tridoka did, Mikhaila did because I did like 80-something points of damage
with
my snakes.
You hit too
That
hard.
is
You draw too much aggro, man.
Well, I was like,
drawing way too much aggro.
I'm trying to do this. And then fucking Grimrock trying to kill me.
He summoned, like, in this fight with this guy, he summoned, like, what, 8 giant snakes? 8 large snakes?
8 poisonous snakes.
Poisonous
snakes.
snakes.
They were challenge rating 1/4.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, but it was like, it's... And then, when he was rolling to hit with all of these snakes,
they all
it was like,
advantage, right?
it was like, hit, crit, and then I was failing the constitution check, so I was taking a lot of the poison damage. So yeah, it ended up with like 80-something damage, and I'm like, dang, dude! Yeah. Okay, so... That was yours?
Yeah.
Oh, did you finish answering?
I didn't answer that question.
I think I'm the only one.
So where do I think it's going?
Yeah, like what are your predictions for the future?
I
Where do you think the story's headed?
don't know where I think it's going, but I hope that it's going to lead with us decoding how exactly to take down a Baylor. That would be super helpful as a player and as a character because somebody's brother went and made a deal with a demon lord,
Which are
higher.
categorically higher than Baylor.
Higher,
Are they?
apparently.
Yeah.
Okay.
Demon Lords shit on Baylor.
You explained all of this to us in the last episode, but it was like, I was like, oh, it's encyclopedia D&D time.
I totally forgot you had a brother. In the game.
So did Virion. Yeah, at some point he has.
I don't think she's realized that was a thing.
Yeah.
Well, you did just
We
meet.
talked about it a little bit.
You did just meet a pink dragonborn,
I did.
Yeah, that was amazing.
and that could be interesting next game. I guess.
Oh yeah, I wanted
Ghana.
more. Like
Ghana.
I was like, ooh.
I was excited about it just because
Yeah.
like my character, I feel like if Sumiko wasn't an elf, she would want to be a pink dragon.
I mean,
like it's because she's all about Bahamut and she's learned Draconic.
Mhm,
I guess
that's
people wouldn't know
true.
that, but that's part of her character is that she knows Draconic and she wants to be good, and that's the driving factor of helping. And like I feel like for her, the ultimate way to be like good would be to be like Bahamut. Like I don't look like Bahamut, so I would want to be a dragon. But like she would be like a pink dragon with like her little flower crown still. Like she would totally still be Sumiko, but in a dragon body.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
you're up.
So for me as a player, Loot has absolutely no idea this. I want to know what the heck is in the center of their chest. I just want to figure that one.
Oh my god.
I don't
Yeah.
have
Because we
one of those
forget
either.
about that, and right now only 3 of the party members even have it.
Yeah.
So, no, I don't. I do have a gem on my body, but it's completely different. It is the center.
Some of the party members, they have this white stone embedded in their chests, and it's kind of just been there for
We've had it since birth.
as long as they can
Right?
remember,
Or at
and
least as long as we can remember. And it was one of the first reasons we started adventuring together was to try and find out more about that. But then a bunch of other shit happened.
Yeah,
so.
we did learn that
Yeah.
apparently was it angels or the demons or some?
We did learn something at one
It was
point.
angelic or something.
Yeah, some
Yeah.
angelic where it was like they were.
Oh my god.
They tried to create
Could that help us?
some kind of
Demon
artifacts.
trouble?
You know,
you just rip it out. Baylor.
these are the questions that I can't answer because Lou has
Because
no
you have
idea.
No idea about
Why don't
it.
you
That's
ask us more about him? Then we can.
I've never seen it.
No.
You don't walk around with your shirts off.
I always pictured mine actually being.
It's a new goal.
I did flash
New goal.
somebody to show them recently.
You did. You flashed Dane.
No.
Or no,
it was this demonologist.
The demonologist.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah.
Wow, I flashed him and he still kicked us out of his cabin.
You're up.
Piece of shit.
Where is
So
where's the story headed?
I don't know. I have to
I'm gonna
say,
borrow this.
I was like super surprised that I confronted. Like early on, I was like, Tatiana's like out in the world, like trying to learn everything she can about demons so she can take down the one that destroyed her monastery, right? I did not expect to run into that demon this early in the game because I thought I was gonna have to be a lot more powerful before I could ever like confront that. So I expect that we'll have to stop a Martos, which hopefully we can do that, and then eventually I want to like go into the abyss, like fist blazing, and
Just fuck him up.
Yeah.
So
Like down the line when I'm super leveled up and OP.
level 20.
Yeah. And then eventually I also am hoping that it leads into, like, I expect that our sins with the Demon Lord and Teyrat and all of that will eventually come back to bite us in some way.
It always does.
So I see that like coming up down the line somewhere. But I don't know. You have definitely thrown me for a bunch of loops so far, so I don't
what
think
I'm good at.
whatever happens, I don't think I'll see it coming until it's there.
Yeah, I think that kind of the things happening and the things that happened in the campaign are all, based on your choices and stuff, too. Like, your choices have a really big impact on the world.
Mm-hmm.
And oftentimes, too, it's like, were you at the right place at the right time? Or the wrong time? Like, there's a great chance that you just would have never met this person here. But
or did we leave an entire fortress that we could have owned behind?
exactly. Who knows?
Whatever happened to Nargary?
Okay, so we have one question from yes, hey, hi, hello. What was the inspiration behind all of your characters' names?
Ooh.
Oh, my name literally I think means flower child. I was spent a long time Googling on the engines or whatever that will tell you what a word means in another language, and then I was like, let's just go Asian. And I went through like every female Asian Asian name. I can't speak now. Asian name. And I was like, cool, this is this. And I did the same thing for like my character's backstory. Like my mother, my father, my mentor, their names all mean something specifically. And then I was like, cool, this is what my character's gonna look like now, even though no one will ever know that Sumiko means flower child.
Ben?
Well, it's been more than a year. I don't think that it means anything, but I know that I wanted it to have an elven-esque spelling.
Yeah.
So it has like an apostrophe and multiple words and stuff like that. Because Virion was abducted as an egg with a couple of others and raised by an elf. So he has an elven name. And I don't remember how I came up with the name. I just kind of was blurting stuff out in my bedroom. And I was like, oh, I like that name. Virion.
And your father's name and a little bit of info on that kind of got mentioned in I think the first episode of the stream or second episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that was kind of cool too. Kadari got that elven aspect to it. Loot.
So
Riley.
both of you, well, actually all three of you were there while I decided it. So the loot part of it was kind of a joke. It wasn't even part of it. I had sent it to you at one point, not even meaning to be the name, but it was just part of the character that I was building. And you really liked it, and then I melded over for a little bit, and I really liked the loot part. Platonus was actually from a list of names that you gave me, which I kept changing in my mind to something else, but Plutonus is the better one other than the other option.
Plutonus being the last name.
Yes. So Lute Plutonus is what I went for, but like Lute, because, well, it kind of works for a bard, it's pretty simple. But the actual lute itself came from, so if you look at the Warforged class, lute is actually the type he is. So that's why I sent you the word lute.
Okay.
Not because
it was
my
I
name.
was like, oh, that's
I
a
want to be
sweet
the
name.
loot type.
Yeah.
And then Ben's like,
Name is Lute.
that's a good name.
Yeah,
Lute.
it is a good name. I love
Yeah,
Lute.
it grew. It's like so, like because the name itself, like it rises and falls.
There was also like 3 hours that we were just making puns.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
we were.
oh my god.
We had so
It was like
Guys.
Vladimir Luton,
Luton.
Sir Isaac
Luton.
Fucking ludicrous?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Lucifer.
Yeah. So
Lucifer. There were so many that we were just like making puns off of and trying to figure out which of these that he wanted to, to be his name. And eventually, he was like, all right, it's just Luton. I was like, thank you.
yeah, because like I didn't want it to be like, because Lute it's so simple. It's such a simple name that if I added any of the cool, corny funniness that we were talking about, it would ruin from the character. But it
Makes
would
it too goofy.
Right. It would be fine in game though. Like if we met some like zany character that then threw it on it, then perfect. So yeah.
Lucifer. Okay.
Yeah, Sir Isaac Luton was the best.
Sir Isaac. I forgot about Sir Isaac Luton.
Yeah.
That was a good one. Okay.
You guys all put a lot of thought into your names.
I'm excited for you to.
That's really-
I'm excited for yours.
That's really meaningful. So, my character is named after my cat, Tatiana.
Boom.
Who's your cat named after?
My cat is named after Tatiana Maslany,
She's amazing.
the actress who stars in Orphan Black. She is amazing. Oh my god. Tatiana Maslany, come be on our stream.
My first character was
Invite.
great after that show as well.
Come
but
onto
it
the
was-
stream.
It
Was she really?
Yeah, Siobhan.
Oh, yeah.
I loved that name.
No, she's so
Like
good.
when
My
when
favorite
I was like,
character-
hey,
Siobhan.
I
Hands
was like,
down is
do
Helena.
you want to guest stars?
Like I want my next character to be as feisty as
You're like you're a less dark Helena, you're kind of
yeah, but
Helena like.
when you if people know that show, if you can compare Helena to her in the beginning of the show versus the end, my character is much more like her at the end rather than the beginning.
I want to be
Oh,
Faith from Buffy.
So how did you pick your name?
Okay. So, my parents gave me the name Jordan, and when I turned 18 or 21 or whatever age you can do it, I decided not to change it.
Oh, what?
And that's the story of how I'm Jordan. And yeah, I could have been the GM. I could have been, but no, I chose the DM, the Dungeon Master.
Boom. But yeah, Jenny, if you want to feel better, Riceman's name was a name generator. That is it. I literally went online. That's why I pronounced it incorrectly, and that is why he is Ricevin, not Rickvin.
Rickman.
It should be Rickvin, but I pronounced it incorrectly for the first 3 sessions, so I didn't really care, and I never corrected it, and we just. And then I tried to correct it,
And then it didn't work.
it didn't work.
It didn't work.
You're silly.
Yeah,
You're
so
not
But
recommend.
it took me a long time to come. Ben had to sit there for 4 hours of me being like, "What do you think of this name and this name?" Because I didn't start with Asian categories. I did Celtic and
That was
Elvish. I went through every Indian, anything, because I did not want just a generic name where I named my character
when I play
Sarah.
video games, I take a really long time to decide what I'm gonna name my character. I definitely did not foresee this character and this name, that I would be sticking with this for this long and it would become such a huge part of my life. So I was just like, oh, I'll just use the same name as my cat.
I already gave you ammunition for that question.
It was hard. I wrote down 20 names and I was like, how do I pick one? And I was like, wait, do I need a last name? What about, and it just fell into place because I had to think about what my character would look like. And so I pulled up that little Hero Forge thing, which is what we used to print our minis out
It's
of.
really good service. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're ever
Hero
using...
Forge is awesome.
And it's
If you're
not
ever trying to make
expensive. But
some,
I went into
it's not
Hero
expensive.
Forge and I just threw stuff together. I was like, what would I want my character to look like? So probably people do it the other way where you decide what you look like first. I decided what I looked like and then it was like, okay, we're going to go with this and find a name. Which is where like the Asian aspect of whether it be Japanese, Korean, or whatever. Because my character, I wanted her to have a kimono. Which I guess is also very much a stereotype. But I just didn't want it to seem out of place either.
Yeah.
I wanted it to be believable.
Johnny Midnight. I'm not gonna promise anything.
Do it.
But-
Do it. Do it.
Most likely, we'll have a Christmas one shot.
Let's be killer elves.
Yes.
I think
Our goal is to kill Santa.
I feel like it depends on when that Sunday falls. I haven't really looked at the calendar, but if we're not gonna be there, then yeah, we'll have
We can do it
something.
after
Well, so
Christmas.
it's the Christmas Eve.
Yeah, we
Is
should.
that Sunday?
We should do it that weekend.
Christmas Eve.
Yeah. So
Okay.
So I imagine some people will be out of town, so we may need to do a prior recording.
Or we'll
We'll
have.
see what the people want.
What if we just do both? If
It
everyone's
looks like
there,
they're
Will
on.
did.
if
Warforged
everyone's
Santa.
if everyone's
Yeah.
here,
Robot Santa.
Yeah,
they want us
Warforged
to fight
Santa.
Santa.
Warforged Santa.
well,
Warforged
We're
Santa.
taking note.
we'll do a special like we could either do
It's a Futurama
Canon.
Santa.
It's gonna be canon too.
Warforged Santa. And he makes
We
like
can
some
either do
little
both
toys
both
and they rebel
streams.
against him.
in one day, or we could do
Or
the
the
normal
toys.
thing on Sunday and then Monday, which is Christmas Eve. Put it, but do it like early in the day when people aren't like, because I feel like most people are off, not off. I don't know.
Christmas Eve.
Who knows?
Who knows?
We'll figure it out.
It'd
And
be a fun thing for you and your family to watch.
if
Fun.
if anything, we will definitely keep the line of communication open. But you guys have to make sure that you're following us on stuff. So like our Twitter, our Instagram,
That's what it
our Facebook.
If you really want
On
to see it, blow
Twitch?
up our Twitter.
Yeah, become a follower,
Yeah.
become part of our chaotic nation, and when we do that kind of stuff, you'll know it. So, I think
Any other questions before we close
Yeah, I'm gonna
up,
take-
y'all?
we're gonna take one more question if anyone has it. If not, then we're gonna wrap this up for the evening.
Alright, I have to wait like 30 seconds for our audio to catch up. And then another 30 seconds for them to type your question. But thank you for Krampus was the name I was looking
This is the
for.
perfect time for one of your songs.
You too. I tried to get you to trigger a song, and then you stuttered on trying to give me like, for a song to start, I just need like 3 points, and you were like Dwarf Star, and then we moved on to something else. When Luke first came in, the very first time
I
Luke
remember
came
that.
Oh yeah.
I was like, which song? I sing a plethora of songs. And you were like, the good one, the one you sung the other day. I was like, I sung a lot of
We
songs.
got a question.
Okay.
Eggnog
Very
or
nice
cider, you guys. Eggnog or cider.
What?
Well, I've never had eggnog,
I'm going with cider
Oh man!
and I just had apple cider
Who said
for the
said
first
this?
time.
untethered.
Untethered
Untethered.
Studios.
Yeah.
I think
Little
eggnog.
Friendsgiving.
She's here to hurt us. No, I love eggnog. It's delicious, but it's so heavy, and like you're already eating so much at the holidays
True.
that I'm gonna go cider.
I'm gonna
sorry.
shamelessly give her a plug really quick too.
Yes.
Because on her Instagram is a super dope
Yes.
painting
Drawing.
that she made for us.
She was just
She's just hanging out.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I'm
She's
just
you know,
watching.
Just chilling.
I'm just watching
Casually
like
sketching the
Sketching.
people.
I made the stick figure of you guys and like what is that?
It would
Yeah,
That's
take me
amazing.
She's an amazing
Months
artist.
Yeah, amazing.
Follow
to do
her.
something like
While
that.
we're
Years
plugging
for me.
people,
Years.
so you need to follow Untethered Studios on Instagram. You need to follow KL Sprunk at KL Sprunk on Instagram.
Yeah, she did.
She made our character art.
For Luke's Christmas album.
Thank you,
Yes.
Johnny Midnight
Oh my
for
god!
for the
Thank
1,000
you,
bits.
John.
And we will definitely put that toward Luke's Christmas album.
Seriously?
I'll figure something out.
Yes.
We're gonna come up with some musical special at 100 subscribers and start pushing
We need to
that
think
on
about
social.
it though.
So keep an eye out for that.
Make it a cheesy music video.
I feel like it has to have like random plugins from the campaign.
Yeah. Singing in character voice,
Yes.
which is just everybody's normal voice.
Yeah, luckily we all use our natural voice. Like my voice, I try to use more of my higher tone voice. My radio voice is what I call it.
I'm picturing one of those cheesy auto-tuned
What?
music videos where people just take little bits and keep repeating it and changing it and.
But that earth couldn't stop. It just kept going. We went on our way and we found our way going. But then we were stuck in the woods. My face was in the ground.
Exactly. Yep. There you go.
I knew.
Standard loot song. We told you it would be on stream. You know, next
There's
campaign. But you got the teaser. That's what you get for the 1,000 bits. Thank you, Johnny Midnight.
So anyway, not regular eggnog or cider. I love cider. I love regular cider.
I have to go eggnog. I have to.
Cuban eggnog.
Okay, yeah.
It's vodka, cinnamon, and eggnog.
Yeah, I will say,
it's
my best friend is Puerto Rican. The eggnog that she brings to Christmas Eve is superior to all other eggnog.
Can you get an extra bottle or two of that?
Can you get
I
extra?
don't know. You could just come to my Christmas Eve. Yeah.
just bring her.
But yeah, she I will make an exception for her eggnog, but apart from that, I would go cider.
Until it said something. I want to see.
I know. That's why I gave the heart. She said, "I'm glad I met you guys. Your stream is fun." Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Thanks.
Super nice.
Appreciate it. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
We think you're fun. And you draw well.
Much better than we can.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
We've got to make an emote or something out of your Wonder Woman art.
Please don't. Let's just not mention
Oh, I
it.
can make it.
Okay.
If you
Let's
give me
all
the
talk about
art,
that.
then I can make the emote because I
Okay.
made the other emotes.
Great. All right.
Yes, that Cuban eggnog though.
Done and done.
That Cuban eggnog though. Okay, so we're gonna wrap up for the night.
This was fun.
It was fun.
Super
Even
appreciate
just
all of
for
you.
us to talk about
We should
our
just do
characters
this like
and
once
stuff.
a week or something.
Just,
Oh my
just
God.
decompress.
That's a really good idea.
Once a week.
Wait, not just like this one time?
But
No,
like every
we
week?
should do it like every week going forward.
Like at the same time at 8:30 Eastern on Twitch?
Really?
Yeah. I'm thinking
Whoa.
that's something we should do.
What?
It's crazy because like I set the description as Insight Check episode 1,
Oh
not knowing that there would be more episodes.
Well,
Yes.
we
as high
can't.
as we can count. In
We
fact.
can't call this the final episode
We can count to
because
10.
Jeff hasn't been on it.
You're right.
We have to grill
wow.
Jeff next time for not being here.
All right, I guess it's settled. We will be here weekly, every Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern time,
Yeah.
and we will see you all on Sunday,
Yes.
and then
Be sure to
Monday,
check that
and
out.
then
The
Thursday
adventure
again
continues.
as the adventure continues.
Dun dun dun
Dun,
dun.
dun, dun. So from our very comfy bean to your
Comfy
wherever you are,
Comfy or uncomfortable.
Your
Have-
sitting place.
Or
a
standing.
wonderful,
Or standing.
wonderful time, life, and we'll see you soon.
You wanna
Thanks, guys.
quintet out in the spirit of Loot Christmas album? The match pitch.
Yeah.
And sweet. What? Good.
Go ahead and set the tone. Go ahead.
Christmas?
Yep.
Jingle bell, here we go. We're walking our way down these childish roads, trying to find our way out and find our way in. We're conductors of chaos, finding our way, turning out our way, and here we go.
Oh my God,
okay.
All right, now.
Can we agree that Cohen's the lowest form of human beings?
Whoa, we're playing D&D. Shut the hell up.
I'm gonna do my bonus action first and heal Sejanus
Check.
with my cantrip as my bonus action. Right?
Alright, go ahead and roll your d4.
I said it was fine.
I want some too, so.
I heal you for 7.
What did I just lose? 14? I was at 20. I was
You
at
lost.
18. 18, right?
You were at 19.
You're at 19.
Yeah, so you're
Plus
at 26.
Thank you.
Just pour him onto the.
Yeah, let's get this all crackling done.
I know, I was like,
I heal you for 7.
What did I just lose?